developments in that wild crime spree across Kalamazoo County today. Late this afternoon, we confirmed this is the suspect, 28-year-old Matthew Steppenwolf. He's accused of an attempted robbery, a shooting, and a carjacking.
Also tonight, we're talking with a witness who saw the victim, Betty Jo Brewer, get shot inside of a home where a baby was inside.
Heather Walker is live where that happened, but first we want to get to Leon Hendricks, who was at Steppenwolf's house when police investigated there late this afternoon. Leon?
Brian and Susan, good evening. Past couple hours, we saw the officials come here. They searched inside the home for a time, and a short time ago, they cleared the scene. They weren't here very long. At this point, the most bizarre thing we have found is actually in what we didn't find. The suspect in all of this? No criminal history. A bizarre and violent ordeal, felony after felony after felony. Investigative sources say the same man is behind all of this, 28-year-old Matthew Steppenwolf. Police say he first robbed the Comstock Point Citgo gas station before shooting up this home on Monterey Drive. He then allegedly led police on a chase, ditching his van, then carjacking a college student in the area. An all-out manhunt ensued. Police used a helicopter and multiple agencies got involved. But officials say they were not looking here. Miles away from everything else in southeastern Kalamazoo County, they got word of a crash involving their suspect vehicle on TS Avenue, a dirt road off 42nd Street near Scotts. Suspect arrested without further incident. Steppenwolf's Facebook page shows he's married, and Michigan State Police records show he had no criminal history. A situation that seems so bizarre. This sheriff, who's seen so much here recently, doesn't see it as such.
They just don't fit TV. You know, when we think about it, most of these cases don't fit TV.
This afternoon, authorities searched Steppenwolf's Allegan County home on 4th Street near Plainwell. Officers took a long gun from the home, not sure what else. Neighbors describe an odd man and say police were here recently following some commotion at the home. The obvious question today is why, especially when you look at the level of violence taken out at that home he shot up. Authorities say he may have used a Molotov cocktail to try and burn the place down. Why?
In the end, we know that, people do things for different reasons, and we may not know the motive.
The suspect was not seriously hurt in that crash. He could see a court date as soon as tomorrow. At that point, we expect to learn what charges he'll be facing. Reporting near Plainwell, Leon Hendricks, 24-hour News 8.
Thank you, Leon. This is how the crime played out today. The suspect tried robbing the Citgo gas station at East Michigan and King at about 9:30 this morning. Minutes later, he shot Brewer inside of her home. Again, she survived. After that, Steppenwolf allegedly carjacked a young woman and then ended up crashing miles away near Climax. Our team coverage continues now with 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker. She's at the home where Betty Jo Brewer was shot.
Heather talked to family and witnesses about the horror that played out there. Heather?
Yeah, the home is just behind me. You can still see the bullet holes that are inside the windows. There's also a burn mark on it from a Molotov-type cocktail that was thrown there. Inside of that house, when all this was happening, was a family that included a baby. Rodney Brewer, his wife Betty Jo, his daughter and granddaughter were sleeping when they heard shots coming towards their house. Investigators say it was just before 10 this morning when the suspect, identified as Matthew Steppenwolf, showed up to this home in the 2500 block of Monterey Drive in Kalamazoo.
I woke up this morning with shots firing.
Allie Chartrand lives across the street. She says the shooter was screaming. And what was he yelling?
I have no idea. It was like I don't know. It was like a mumbo jumbo.
Witnesses say he then took off only to return with the type of Molotov cocktail that he threw at the home. Neighbors say he fired a couple more shots, then police showed up and he took off.
He left and then I saw that people started standing up. I was like, wow, they were inside. And then they carried out a baby too and I was like, oh my gosh.
The baby was unharmed, but Betty Jo Brewer was hit in the chest.
I know she was holding her chest and crying a lot.
We just got an update from family. They say that she remains in the hospital tonight. She is recovering. And I just spoke with her husband, Rodney Brewer. He tells me that he does not know a Matthew Steppenwolf, so it's still unclear what the connection is here. But he does tell us that the shooter, who has been identified as Steppenwolf, was yelling racial profanity when he was shooting. We're going to give you more from that interview that we did with Rodney Brewer, hopefully coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Reporting live in Kalamazoo, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Okay, we'll continue to follow this case. Heather, thank you.